Eddie, it's been a good old week, hasn't it? 3 wins in the space of a week, all at home. Does it feel like you're kind of building a bit of good momentum at the moment?
Yeah, I felt that way going into the international break, and then we had the international break, and that always just interrupts your rhythm. And came back, lost the first game, which was a disappointment, but a great response from the players, as you say, 3 big wins.
I guess though, as good as it has been, do you feel there's a bit of work to do on the road? Yeah, you picked up some good points at the start of the season, but I think there's 7 Premier League games without a win. I guess something you won't need me to remind you about.
Yeah, something we know and something we will focus on and continue to work on. I don't necessarily think there's anything fundamentally wrong with us away from home. We've had some good performances this season, really solid defensively. We haven't been so good the other way, but I back that to change with the players we have.
Talking of people taking chances, Nick Woltemade had 6 in 9 starts. How well has it gone? Because from the outside looking in, it looks like it's been a perfect transition, but you played him straight away right into the team against Wolves that day, and it feels like he's never looked back. Are you able to just sort of take us into behind the scenes and how that transition's worked for him and this football club who have been used to playing with a very different sort of striker?
Yeah, I think a lot of condensed work. I think that's been behind the scenes. That's what's been happening. I think from the minute we got him, there was no time to wait. It was right, bang, hit him with a lot of information of what we wanted him to do, how we wanted him to play the role. But credit to him that he's taking it, he's absorbed all the information, and I think it's helped him in some respects, a quick understanding of what the team require him to do. But then the delivery has been absolutely incredible from him, and I think his attitude while doing it's been first class. Goals have helped, I think, his feeling, and he's settled in really well. Yeah, and I think it's just a start for him, and we've got loads more work to do with him and the team. But the early signs are really strong. Yeah,
it looks like the rest of the players really like him as well. Just hearing bits and pieces that they say in interviews and stuff, it feels like he's fitted in really well.
Yeah, I'd say he has. I think he's built some really strong friendships already. You can see that from his daily interactions at the training ground. People do like him, I think, because he's a positive character, likeable guy, always laughing and joking, but knows when to be serious. You know, training time, he's focused on his work, and I think he's got that balance really, really right. And I think the supporters are taken to him as well. They can see he's a character. They can see he's got big shoulders. I think you have to perform in that role for Newcastle. So yeah, we're really pleased with him.
I guess it's more enjoyable though than 2 years ago, when you were in the Champions League and you were struggling to pick a team. It's a very different situation you've got at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, so far so good in that respect. I think last Champions League experience, we absolutely loved it. There was no negative association with it. It just impacted our ability to rotate really and to keep the players fresh. But I have to say the players that played those games were absolutely magnificent for us. But hopefully we can have a different kind of season where we are able to utilise the strength of the squad as seen on Wednesday. And I think that's going to be so important for us.
It looks as though, I know it's early days, but it looks as though you might have got I'm saying a bargain. £30 million is a lot of money, but I mean, Malik, he looks really, really good, settled in so well, and the fans have taken to him, and he looks like a real prospect for the future, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's a prospect for the future, but also the here and now. Yeah. He's settled in really well again. I think he's built good friendships, especially with Nick. You can see him and Malik and Nick have built up that strong relationship, which is important that you have those strength of those relationships around from day to day. But on the pitch, I think he's been excellent. Very calm, quite quiet in his work, but you can see on the pitch how aggressive he is and how much he wants to win and help the team. Distributed the ball really well, athletic.
Of course, you go to West Ham on Sunday. Am I right? I think I remember you saying, maybe I don't know if it was this season or last, that was one of your most enjoyable games results last season because of the timing of it before the cup final. Was that right?
Yeah, and not so much in terms of performance, but in terms of result, because I think that gave us, I can't quite remember now looking back, but I think we were on a little bit of a tricky run, and that was our first win. And just before the cup final, It was a perfect boost to go into the cup final with that win. So I think it was a late win. It was an important one, and I think it helped us in our preparations and our ability to win that game. So I think we look back fondly from that game. But I think this one's going to be a tricky one. It's going to be a tough game. we know Nuno very well. We know how his teams play. Very, very well organised, and West Ham have some very good attacking players too.
Yeah, and one of them, I guess, who you know very well, who'll be desperate to score against you, and Callum Wilson.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Callum, I can't speak highly enough of him and how he not just played for me for a long period of time, but how he conducted himself, the man that he is, you know, the family that he's got around him. He's just an incredible person and deserves all the success in the future. But obviously our job in this game is to try and keep him quiet, and that will be not an easy task because we know he's got this desire to score goals.